Lois.
Sounds like you were.
Yeah. When Miles said that April could be released this morning, she took it to mean sunrise.
She's anxious to get out of here, down to Land's End for the weekend. Yes, I imagine you're looking forward to a little vacation after what we went through in Judge Mendelssohn's courtroom.
Yeah, I'll be glad to get out of Monticello for a couple of days, believe me. Mike, the real reason I'm calling is to find out about Lori.
She seemed to be under a terrible strain last night. Well, I appreciate your concern, Draper. She finally calmed down and went to bed. I'm glad. We're taking her to see a psychiatrist this morning. Hopefully, you'll be able to unravel the confusion in her mind. Draper, there's a favor I have to ask of you. Sure, Mike, anything. It's just a reminder of what I asked you last night about Lori's so-called confession. It must remain our secret.
Mike, I won't say a word to anybody if you ask me not to. I never do anything to hurt you or your family, you know.
Realize it's all just a fantasy, something she made up just to work out her own guilt feelings.
Guilt feelings? Guilt feelings? You think that's all it was?
Yes, I do. I think she felt guilty about the breakup of her marriage and the fact that Nancy and I broke up too. You know how children can be. No. Maybe she did go to see Bill Richardson to try to get him to leave Nancy alone.
But you think that's all she did, right?
Draper, the trial is over. The case is closed. And I see no reason to involve a sick girl in something that's no longer an issue.
Mike, just in case it is true, I mean, if she did shoot Richardson, we can make a heck of a case for self-defense.
Draper, there isn't any case.
Self-defense doesn't work, Mike. We could say that Lori was acting with diminished capacity.
Forget it, Draper. I'm not going to place my daughter in jeopardy in order to reverse my conviction. Now, I'm the one who's guilty of manslaughter. That's on the record, as you
I know
well
what's on the record, Mike, but...
Not only that, my sentence has been suspended, so there is no reason to rock the boat.
But just because there's no jail term doesn't mean that the case is just a memory, Mike.
Now, the Ethics Committee of the Bar Association is meeting next week, and if they suspend your license, then...
Draper, did I hear you make a promise, or didn't I?
Yeah, I promise, Mike.
Well, listen, the girls are about ready to go, so I'll have to leave. I'll keep you informed, Draper. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.
You think this looks okay to wear today?
I think it looks fine.
Well, I want to make a good impression. I want him to like me. Of course he'll like you. Why shouldn't he? Not exactly the good person everyone thinks I am.
Nobody's making judgments, Lori. We want you to see this doctor so we can find out why you've been behaving differently.
Think Johnny's going to be ashamed when he hears I'm going to see a shrink?
Honey, seeing a psychiatrist is nothing to be ashamed of. As a matter of fact, I think Johnny would be proud of you that you're trying to get help.
I don't have to stay there, right?
Lori, the appointment is for a consultation. All that will happen is that you and the doctor will talk for a while, and then we'll all come home. I promise.
I am a little scared. I'm a grown-up, and grown-ups have to do things that they're scared of sometimes.
That's right.
Well, let's go.
When will you be leaving for Land's End, Miles?
We've got a meeting scheduled for 11 o'clock, and Dr. Bronson's going to be taking over for me this weekend. I'll brief the staff on the status of all my patients, and then April and Draper and Denise and I will take off for Land's End. Dr. Norwood's going to join us later in the day.
Well, I just hope that there's enough sun and that it's warm enough to sit out there and get a suntan. You know, after Raven left last night, I took a long look at myself in the mirror, and I decided that I just didn't even have enough makeup to match Raven's healthy skin tones. It just looks so vibrant.
You are a gorgeous creature. Now stop trying to compare yourself with other people.
Well, Raven really is a good friend, even if she does make me feel like a plain Jane. Well, look, she really went out of her way to help Draper pack those clothes at my apartment, and then she drove all the way up here, and she even took another suitcase to boot, just so that I would have a real choice of something to wear. Oh, in fact, I think there's enough for me to go straight down to Land's End.
How come you sound so defensive, April?
Well, you know, you did kind of make me feel as though she weren't a real friend.
Well, she certainly did go out of her way. You must admit that. I mean, to go all to that trouble, and she's going to be married in, what, a week?
That's right. She must have a zillion things to do, and yet she came all the way up here just for me.
You said you were going to the wedding.
Want to know something? Last night, Raven asked me to be her bridesmaid.
Lovely.
Yep. It will be my pleasure to be her bridesmaid. Also to see her safely married.
You say you don't think of her as a rival.
Well, that's something a man couldn't understand, right, Nicole?
April, you wouldn't have anything to fear from Raven Alexandra, even if she wasn't going to be married.
Look.
Certainly not as far as Draper Scott is
Do you want my candid evaluation? I mean, as a man of science.
Okay.
You are a beautiful and intelligent girl, and Draper would be a fool to look at anybody else while you're around.
Oh, Miles, I love you. You are the most wonderful man in the whole world, isn't he, Nicole?
Yes.
Hey, are you the lady that ordered room service?
Oh, good to see you.
Oh, good to see you.
It tells me I have suddenly been demoted to the second most wonderful man.
Well, Ms. Nicole, what are you going to be doing while we're gone?
I haven't quite made up my mind yet. You see, the Chicago Bears have asked me to quarterback for the team on Sunday. However, I am torn between that and a very important golf tournament. Oh, I'll do the same thing this weekend as I do every day. I'll sit here, I'll paint, I'll read, I'll knit, and wait for the glorious day when this young man decides to get himself born.
Listen, I just have a little bit more packing to do, so...
Miles, look, if we're not at Land's End by evening, don't worry. It's going to be because we're still waiting for her to get back. So long.
Goodbye.
Sorry. Goodbye. Have a good weekend, okay?
Take care.
You
Have
too.
fun.
All right.
Bye, Draper.
So long.
Oh, Miles. Aren't they just the most perfect couple you've ever seen?
I just wish April were a little more perfect physically. I wish I could tell Draper about her heart. Maybe he could convince her to have that operation.
We did go and swear a solemn oath not to say a word to him. She is very afraid of losing him.
Well, I'm very afraid of losing her.
Yes, come in.
What the heck are you doing here?
Hello, Miles. They told me at the nurse's station I'd find you in here.
Yeah.
I find you, huh?
Hey, oh, listen, I'm sorry. Oops, Nicole, this is Dr. David Roer. Dave, this is Nicole Drake, maternity patient.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs. Drake. I recognize the symptoms, Miles.
Oh, that's right. He always was very observant. Very good, Dave.
Dr. Rover, I think I know quite a bit about you. You happen to have a very fine clinic in Monticello, and you and Miles have known each other since medical school.
Yes, Miles and I go back a few years.
That's right. We even toyed with the idea of going into practice together, but circumstances just weren't right.
Well, Denise always figured you would wind up as chief of staff, and I was never much for the country life. Besides, poor city people need doctors, too.
Well, I'll have you know that the Claremont is a very fine hospital if you have to be in a hospital, and I attribute that to the very fine head of staff.
Oh, thank you very much. And is the blessed event?
Well, if this young man would develop a little bit of patience, it will be in about 2 months.
You know that it's going to be a boy.
Indeed, I do. Absolutely certain. Isn't medical science wonderful?
Sometimes. Well, I guess your husband must be very happy.
Well, I'm a widow, Dr. Roper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, Dave, let me try to guess why you drove all the way up here, huh?
Okay.
You're going to give me an affirmative answer to my offer, right? You're going to join the medical staff.
Sorry, Miles, I'm just driving back from the fishing trip. But I thought it would be a good idea to drop in and make you an offer. Thank you, Miles. You know, I can make you a very, very attractive offer. If you come work in my clinic, I can offer you less money, longer hours, and that's just for starting.
Oh, yeah?
Eventually, you have to trade in your big car for a used compact. Now, how's that?
Well, I wonder if they'd accept less than 2 weeks' notice.
well, at least I tried. You know, I do envy you sometimes, Miles. Living way out here in the country the way you do.
Oh, yeah. Tell me that in about a month. So much fun shoveling snow 5 degrees above zero.
Listen, it might well be worth the effort to be able to practice medicine in a place like the Claremont. I mean, the facilities here are terrific.
Yeah. Facilities aren't that important. Listen, you do a terrific job at that little clinic of yours.
We do what we can. But sometimes I'm beginning to feel as if it's a battle that I'll never win. Miles, last week, we had a 4-year-old boy come in with a case of lead poisoning. Do you know where we traced the source? His mother had been in for treatments, and the kid had been eating paint chips from off our clinic walls. I mean, what do you say? What do you do? If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Dave, you can't blame yourself for that kind of thing. Come on, that happens all the time. You know that.
I suppose you'd have to be crazy to leave this medical palace for a ghetto clinic. I mean, it must be much easier to treat rich old ladies for gout than trying to explain birth control to a 22-year-old girl with 3 kids and no husband.
That doesn't sound so crazy to me.
Oh, sounds like you might consider it, hmm?
Well, you gotta admit, it's very tempting. I mean, what do I have to worry about here? Just a handful of patients every day? You got, what, 50 or 60 to handle? Plus you have only donated instruments to work with, inexperienced help, lousy facilities.
Well, you have to admit now, Miles, you have to admit it makes you feel kind of noble. I mean, think of all those points I'm scoring in half.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing, you're the one who always used to talk about making the big money in medicine.
Oh, I do all right. I can afford these fishing trips, a few nights on the town. I'm still a bachelor, but that's choice, not income.
Come on, let me give you the 50-cent tour of the place.
All righty.
Maybe you'll be so impressed you'll change your mind.
Okay.
I knew the Raven brought your suitcases up here, but I didn't find out until I got back to your apartment.
I don't follow you.
Well, she told me she was going to finish packing your suitcases and leave them for me when I got back from the cars.
Instead, she got in her car and came up here herself.
Her idea of a practical joke, and she leaves me this little note telling me what she's done. Hey, ski jacket. She packed a ski jacket. Now, why would she pack a ski jacket for somebody in a hospital? I know this place is in the country, but what does she think you do? Live in a tent?
Hey, listen, this ski jacket might come in very handy on those cold nights down at Land's End. Without it, I might have to depend on you putting your arms around me to keep me warm.
You mean like this? Ooh, doggone that Raven. Why did she have to be so helpful?
Listen, it's a good thing she was, because I've got enough clothing here for the whole weekend.
For the weekend? What do you plan on doing? Changing clothes on the hour?
Hey, listen, just because some of us aren't very careful about our appearance, you just don't seem to understand how much time Raven has saved us. Without this, I would have had to go all the way down to Monticello and pack and then come all the way back up here. It would have wasted half a day.
I still don't trust her. Not like Raven to do a favor for anybody without some sort of string being attached.
Draper, it was a favor. It was a real favor. This way we've got that much time together.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've got a proposal to make. For the next couple of days, we will not mention Raven or anybody else. Just ourselves.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay? Maybe I should just call her though first to, thank her. Drop her a note.
Hey, wait a minute. You just made a bargain with me, and now you're breaking it. I don't want to hear any more talk about Raven.
Well,
That's my girl. plenty of time to thank her when you see her at the wedding. Okay, now, do you have a bellhop in this place? Or I have to carry these things all the way down to the car myself.
After we drove all the way here, the least he could do is be here waiting for us.
Oh, I'm sure Dr. Blake has a very good reason for being late.
Maybe he's in an operation.
No, I don't think so, honey. You know this is a special kind of hospital. They don't treat people with physical ailments.
It's a mental institution. They only treat people who are confused, like me.
Laurie, lots of people have emotional problems, and sometimes it's necessary to come to a place like this for help, just like you would if you had a broken leg and went to Monticello General for help with a physical problem.
Well, at least it's a pretty place. I was afraid it would be all drab and dreary.
No, but it isn't.
I was a little scared when we first walked in here, but I feel more comfortable now. Probably very nice in the spring when all the trees are in bloom.
Well, you must be the Carrs. I'm Harvey Blake.
I'm Michael Carr, and this is my wife, Nancy.
Dr. Blake.
Pleased to meet you.
And this is our daughter, Laurie.
Hi.
Hi, Laurie. I owe you all an apology. I'm afraid this cold snap has dealt my car battery a near fatal blow. I had a devil of a time getting it started.
That's all right. We were early anyway.
Better late than never.
Well, that's a good, positive attitude.
Dr. Laurie was remarking it must be quite lovely up here when everything is in bloom.
She's 100% right. We are blessed with a lovely natural setting. I find it conducive to the work we do here, both the staff and the patients. Laurie, do you know why your mother and father wanted you to see me?
Well, I haven't been acting very grown up lately. And I've had some terrible nightmares.
I'd be very interested in hearing more about your life lately. Would you mind very much if we had a private conversation?
I don't suppose so.
Fine. Valerie, do you suppose you could arrange a tour of our facilities for Mr. and Mrs. Carr? Fine. As Laurie and I have some things to talk about. I hope you're not afraid to talk to me.
No, I guess not. I just don't want to say the wrong thing.
Laurie, it's important for you to keep in mind that any time I ask you a question, even the simplest thing, there are no right and wrong answers. I just want to hear what you think. And anything you say to me will remain between you and me.
Our secret.
Something like that.
You can take a lot of notes?
Well, sometimes I do. But you must keep in mind that I talk to a lot of people, and if I didn't jot down notes, I might forget a fact that might be very helpful to someone.
Well, that makes sense. Do I, lie down on the couch or anything?
I thought you might be more comfortable just talking like this for now, if you want to lie down.
No, that's all right.
In time, you may get used to the idea. There's no rush.
Are there a lot of people like me?
What kind of person are you?
I don't know. I'm different than I used to be. I used to have everything I wanted. And then all of a sudden I didn't want anything anymore.
Like what?
I used to have a husband.
I see.
His name was Johnny. His name is Johnny. He left me. I guess he realized that I couldn't be a wife anymore. We had a child.
We named him after Johnny. John Victor Dallas, JV.
Tell me about your son.
Well, he isn't my son anymore. That was something else I couldn't do anymore. I couldn't be a mother. That's why I gave him to Danny and Tracy. They're our relatives, our friends.
So what do you do now?
I don't do much of anything. I spend most of my time in my room at my parents' place. I'm a wife without a husband and a mother without a child. It's all my own doing.
Laurie, that's why we're here now. Because you had the courage to realize that these changes you created may not be what you want. And that's a credit to you.
Do you think you can help me change?
I can't say any magic words. But I do believe that we can work together. A lot of people obviously care a great deal about you. And that may make it easier. For instance, it's easy to see that your parents love you very much.
I know they do. I love them too, but I just seem to do nothing but bring them trouble. Sometimes I think I'm a jinx. Don't tell them I said that. I don't want to live with them anymore. Maybe if I stayed here, I wouldn't be any trouble. I promise I wouldn't.
Weeknights at 7, get the news from the ABC team in New York. Co-anchors Harry Reasoner and Barbara Walters dedicate their program to keeping viewers informed on all the up-to-the-minute international and national events. Locally, Howard K. Smith broadcasts from ABC's Washington studio with commentaries on daily political happenings in the nation's capital. For in-depth interviews, fascinating features, investigative insight, and superior news coverage, join the superior ABC trio, Harry Reasoner, Barbara Walters, and Howard K. Smith, every weeknight at 7 on the ABC Evening News.
This is Dr. Norwood. Is Dr. Voorhees available? Well, is there somebody there who can tell me about his patient? Yes, Mrs. Nicole Drake. She did? Yes. Yes, I understand. All right. Thank you very much. No, that won't. There'll be no need of that. I'll see him tomorrow. Right. Mother and baby doing just fine.
Oh, well. Isn't that nice?
Thank you, Dr. Blake. I'm sorry to have bothered you at this late hour, but I thought the sooner we made the arrangements, the better. Yes, we'll both be there. Oh, I'd say about 2 or 2:30, if that's all right. Fine. We'll see you tomorrow, then. Thank you, Doctor. Good night. Well, it's all set. It was almost as if he were expecting my call. He said he saw no trouble in having Laurie admitted.
you were talking about leaving her there tomorrow.
Dr. Blake suggested that too many arrivals and departures, too many farewell scenes might be unhealthy.
I suppose he's right.
Nancy, nothing is final. We're not locking up our daughter and throwing away the key. We're not committing her.
No, I know that.
Thank God we have the freedom of choice. We wouldn't have if things were different.
You mean if the state were deciding where she would have to go?
Yes. That's what I mean. Silver Hills is a private institution. If we don't like it, if Laurie doesn't make any progress there, we can always bring her back. Bring her back home. With us. Or make any arrangements we think best. Doesn't that give you some comfort?
Yeah, some. Hello? Dr. Kavanaugh, hello. We were hoping you'd call.
I have some good news for you, Mrs. Carr. It won't be a surprise exactly, but at least it'll be a relief.
The baby is here?
The baby was born. He's a real little fella, a little less than 4 pounds, and I think about 3 of them must be lungs. You know, I'm told that he hollered like a banshee when he came in.
And Nicole?
Nicole is fine. She's a little wrung out, that's for sure. I think she'll probably sleep for about 24 hours. The labor was very long and difficult, not very pleasant for her, but she came through just fine.
Oh, Doctor, I'm glad about this. As you say, I'm so relieved. Really, we didn't know what to expect.
Well, frankly, neither did we. As you know, this pregnancy of hers has been a toss-up from the very beginning, but the lady is a fighter, and she won.
Good, Doctor.
Doctor, hold on, please.
Dr. Kavanaugh, my car.
Yes, Mr. Gert, your wife tell you the news?
Well, I knew what it was from her reaction. She's
Awfully excited. Yes, I know. Everyone here at the hospital is excited, too. I tell you, everybody at the Claremont has been rooting for this baby for some months now.
How is Adam Jr.?
I hear he looks terrific. Of course, he's going to have to be in an isolette until he gains enough weight, but we don't expect any problems.
Thank God for that. Nicole must be overjoyed.
Well, right now, she's just overtired. She's asleep in recovery.
Doctor, when you talk to her again this evening, would you please give her our love and tell her we're very, very happy for her?
Yes, of course. I'm sure you can talk to her tomorrow.
Good, we'll do that. Thanks so much for calling, Doctor. Good night. Well, isn't that wonderful news?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Mike, today has been a series of incredible highs and lows.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably Bill. Now,
yeah.
Look, you don't have to stick around, honey.
No.
I'll take him into the den.
I will be all right.
Okay. Bill, Mike, how are you?
Bill, hello.
How are you, honey?
Morning.
Good to see you. Let me take your coat.
you.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
I will bet that you have not heard the good news yet.
News about what?
Oh, we just got a call from Claremont. Nicole has had her baby boy, and they're both fine.
Oh, that is good news. Well, he's a little early, isn't he? 2 months early, but he's here, he's healthy, and according to Dr. Kavanaugh, Nicole's come through it all with flying colors. Oh, that's wonderful. That really makes me feel good.
Right, come on in.
Thank you.
I think this calls for a celebration. Would you like a drink?
Oh, no, thanks.
Huh? Oh, with something, tea, coffee.
Well, tea would be all right if it's no trouble.
Okay.
By the way, is it proper to celebrate a birth with tea? Why not? We'll start a new tradition. All right.
I'll put the water on.
Good, thanks. Mike, I'm glad Nancy's got something to do in the kitchen because there's something I want to talk to you about. I hope it's not an old topic, Bill. If you're referring to the Richardson case, I'm afraid it is. And I'd rather not hear about it, Bill. I don't mean to be rude, but I told you more than once. I've said my last word on that subject. Now, Mike, you know where the last word is going to come from. Not the police or the district attorney's office, but the Bar Association. Have you heard something? Yes, I have. I think you know that Carl Wellman, chairman of the Ethics Committee, is an old friend of mine. They've come to a decision about me? Okay. Let's hear it. it could have been a lot worse, Mike. They could have suspended your license to practice law for good. 1 year, I think you can survive that.
Yes, Bill, I think I can survive that year. I may not enjoy that year very much, but I don't have any other choice. Don't you? As you said, Bill, it could have been a lot worse. If anything, I was hoping for this verdict, just as I was hoping for the verdict that Judge Mendelson passed down.
And what do you intend to do, Mike? You can't just sit on your hands. Look, I know you're not a rich man, Mike, and you've got to be a lot less rich now after the expenses of that trial.
They weren't all that severe, Bill.
Come on, don't kid me, Mike. You haven't earned a nickel in the past 3 or 4 months for your legal practice. I know that.
Are you here to offer me a loan?
You're damn right, if it'll help.
Money's not the problem, not now. It may be later on if we run into some heavy medical bills.
Medical?
Oh. You mean Laurie? Laurie's going into Silver Hills, Bill.
I see.
I don't know if you know anything about the place. I know it's expensive, but it's good, Bill. That's the main thing. It's where Laurie can get the help she needs in surroundings that won't depress her any more than she is already.
But it'll depress your bank account, won't it? And those legal clients are not going to continue to come in either.
No, that didn't take very long, did it? Bill, I brought some cake, just in case. What's going on?
Oh, nothing, just shop talk, that's it.
No, that answer isn't going to suffice, Bill. Why did you just tell my husband?
I was the one who told Bill something about Laurie and Silver Hills.
Well, that's not quite all, Nancy. I did say something to Mike, and you're entitled to know about it.
Bill, later.
No, please, Mike.
Bill just got word from the Bar Association about their decision on me. And it's exactly what I was hoping for, Nancy. The absolutely minimum action they could have taken.
Minimum. A year.
That's right.
So you won't be practicing attorney for a while, huh? Not until when? 1979?
Yes, could have been much worse.
Oh, I know that, Bill. It certainly could have been much worse. My goodness, also, we could have had an earthquake today instead of a thunderstorm.
Honey.
Why didn't you tell me you were having coffee and cake?
Hi, Laurie. How you feeling?
Just fine, never better. Your cake looks luscious, Mother. Would it be all right if I had some, too?
Yes, of course.
Honey, there's something to celebrate. We just got the word from the Claremont. Nicole's had her baby. It's a boy.
How terrific for her.
And they're both doing fine.
What a shame. I mean that I won't be able to see him. I've been looking forward to seeing if he looked like... Well, maybe it's better if I don't see him.
Well, Laurie, why shouldn't you go to see him? See if he looks like his father.
I'm just not in the mood to talk about babies anymore.
Oh, and I'm glad you're taking it like this. I knew you'd understand about Miles. I'm afraid my son-in-law is one of those super conscientious doctors. Well, that's the kind you need nowadays, especially when you're running a private hospital. And I don't just mean conscientious about medicine. I mean watching the dollars, too. Say, you remember what you said the other day about the dollar being the sickest patient in America? I've got to remember that one. What? Oh, yes, certainly. Oh, and I'll be there Wednesday night. And give my best regards to Bobby, too. Right. Good night.
Well, how's he taking it? Like a sport?
He's mad as a hornet, that's what he is. I know, my friend Owen. The madder he gets, the less he shows it. Yesterday on the golf course, he sliced 3 times in the rough. He smiled each time. But I knew he was burning up inside, just like he is right now.
Oh, Daddy, why? You've explained and explained about Miles leaving.
He knows damn well that Miles deliberately left that dinner party
so that he wouldn't have to apologize for Thanksgiving and that fool remark he made about giving a donation to that ghetto clinic.
Daddy, that isn't true. It isn't. He said he was sorry, and he said he didn't mean it.
Miles used that woman and her pregnancy as an excuse to get away, to insult Owen and me.
Daddy, I just have to disagree with you about that. Miles hasn't a thought in his head about insulting you or Crimmins or his wife. He left because he was desperate to be with Nicole.
Does that make you feel better? Well, does it?
No.
The fact is, he's insulted all of us, Denise. And by God, I'm getting fed up to the teeth with his attitude.
Daddy, listen to me. Now, you're not going to do anything foolish, are you?
I'm not going to fire him if that's what you mean. Not that I don't have a good reason. Miles knows damn well the most important job he has, yes, even more important than his patients, is helping me keep the Claremont financially healthy.
Oh, come on, Daddy. All isn't lost. You're going to see Owen Crimmins again.
Owen Crimmins is not going to give a cent to a hospital headed up by a man who treats him like dirt. Well, I'll just have to make some very serious decisions, that's all.
What do you mean? What are you going to do?
I don't know yet, but it'll be something.
Temperature, blood pressure?
Well, she woke up a little while ago and I got her temperature, but then she conked out too soon to get her blood pressure. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Good. I was afraid you might be angry at me for being derelict in my duties.
Talking about the bawling out I gave you the other day, Carol. Listen, I am sorry about that. I've been short-tempered lately.
Oh, well, maybe you'll start feeling better now that it's over.
What's over?
Nicole's pregnancy. Now that we have a happy ending.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen the baby?
No, not yet.
Well, he is very tiny, but you don't think there's going to be a problem, do you?
No, I'm sure he's all right. He's got to be in an isolate for a while, but Dr. Voorhees says he's going to be fine.
Gee, and then Nicole can go home, can't she?
It's usually the next step.
Gosh, I'm going to miss her.
Carol, you've been out for a long time. Why don't you take a break?
You know, I would like to look in on the baby.
Look in on the baby? Isn't Mrs. Hellman there?
Of course she's there. I just want to be able to tell Nicole how he's coming along.
All right. You go ahead.
Thank you.
I'll watch Nicole.
Thank you. It's very kind. Oh, I forgot. How was the dinner party?
The dinner party was fine. I didn't get any dinner, though.
Really?
I had to leave early.
Because of Nicole, of course.
Have you had dinner yet?
Yeah, I had a sandwich about 3 hours ago, but boy, I could sure use some coffee and dessert now. Maybe I could bring you something.
No, that's all right. You go get something for yourself. You've earned it.
Okay. Boy, I bet Denise was really, disappointed at your leaving so early, huh?
Get out of here, Carol. Well, as Carol says, you have your happy ending. I hope you are happy, Nicole. you and your baby, Adam Jr. I wonder if he'll look like his father. I guess you want him to. That's probably part of your dream. Is that what you're dreaming about right now? The baby you wanted so much to make up for the husband you lost. If you only knew how much I envied that husband of yours. This will probably be the only time I'll tell you this, Nicole. It'll just have to be part of that dream you're having. I love you.
Yes, Laura, your mother and Dad were telling me about you going to Silver Hills. I hear it's very nice.
Yes, it's very pretty. I guess it's kind of like that hotel that Nicole goes to. I mean, hospital. Kind of like a hotel.
Yes, I'd say.
Of course, mine is a different kind of hospital. You know that, Uncle Bill. We're not fooling anybody. You know why I'm going there. It's because I can't... I do things that I'm not able to help.
Rory, why don't you finish up? Your father and Uncle Bill have some business to talk about.
I just want to ask you one question.
Of course, Laurie.
When I go to the hospital and they start treating me, do I have to tell them everything?
You just do what the doctors ask you to do, Laurie.
But do I have to tell them about... You know.
Rory, let's go upstairs while your dad and Uncle Bill are talking. We can start packing.
But you haven't really answered my question. How much do I tell them about Bo Richardson?
Honey, come on.
Vance? Shouldn't you let Laurie answer? It seems like a very important question that she's asking.
Laurie, you won't have to talk about that at all. It's all over. I'm not going to jail, and there's nothing for you to be concerned about.
You know what I mean. Do I tell them that I shot him?
Bill, Laurie's a bit confused tonight.
Laurie, when the doctor at the hospital asks you about Bo Richardson, will you tell him it's true?
Bill.
Did you shoot Bo Richardson?
Please. Didn't you tell Uncle Bill? Didn't you explain it to him? I thought you did. I thought he knew.
I know now. And it's all right. You can tell me everything now.
Weeknights at 7, get the news from a nightly news program devoted to keeping viewers informed on all the up-to-the-minute international and national developments. The ABC Evening News with Harry Reisner and Barbara Walters. The popular daytime drama, One Life to Live, continues with rave reviews in its 8th season. Upcoming twists and turns in the story will further entangle the residents of Landview, who have already had their share of crises, joys, and sorrows. What can possibly happen next? Keep tuned daily to One Life to Live, and be a part of the lives of a contemporary American town. Weekdays at 2:30 here on TV7. Opportunity Boutique, a collection of American crafts from across the United States, is open at the Community Services Administration, 1200 19th Street Northwest, now through December 23rd. Support these low-income artisans through Opportunity Boutique 77. For more information, call 254-5840. Christmas can be a lonely time for the child that Santa forgot. That's why the Salvation Army remembers. Help the Salvation Army reach out to people. Someone will know that you care.
Why do over 1 million families already have a cassette chef? Because it's easy to use. Select the desired cassette, slip it into the base, and push food gently over cutting surface. It's that simple. Have you ever seen a ripe tomato cut this thin before? Cassette Chef does 5 important kitchen chores: pare, grate, slice, garnish, and shred. Cassette Chef is the most often used appliance in the kitchen. Insert the shredder cassette and make mounds of fresh coleslaw with a choice of extra fine, fine, or coarse. With a garnishing cassette, get perfect cheese for tacos, spaghetti, omelets, and salads. For onion rings, hash browns, and prepared meats, Cassette Chef is sensational. Make everyone's favorite. Hundreds of shoestring fries, cottage fries, even potato chips in just seconds. Delicious. Cassette Chef is the sensible gift for smaller, large families, and it's dishwasher safe. The Easy Glide handle keeps fingers safe and stops food waste. Slice and store container keeps food fresh and your counter sparkling clean, and that's important in smaller kitchens. Cassette Chef is a gift you'd be proud to give or receive this Christmas. And it's only $7.99, a quality Redmond Brothers product. Available at Drug Fair, Woolworth, and Woolco.
If you haven't seen News 7, you haven't seen the news.
It's men versus women in a battle of the sexes. Women or men, which is the better sex? And here are the stars of the better sex: Bill Anderson and Sarah Purcell.
Welcome to the better sex.
Ah, you're a beautiful audience. We want to welcome you into our game of, well, like they say on the beginning, the battle of the sexes to find out which is the better sex.
Yeah, your men are doing pretty well so far.
$2,000. Tell me about your ladies. You got a new team.
It's a brand new team. It's no fair. We can't really compare that.
Let's meet them.
All right. Bambi? I'm Bambi Charrington. I'm a restaurant hostess, cocktail waitress, and bartender. Winnie?
I'm Winnie Abernathy, a mother of 2 and a substitute teacher.
Suzanne?
I'm Suzanne Yu. I work for City.
Freddie?
I'm Freddie Terry, and I'm a retired secretary.
Corliss?
Corliss Kelly, and I'm a teacher.
And Susan?
I'm Susan Brown, wife and mother of a 6-month-old baby girl.
And there you have the better sex.
These guys over here are pretty good. They've been around a while. They think they're the better sex. Let's meet them.
I'm Mike Joseph from Granada Hills. I'm part-time usher, and